This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua.
Rolling down 109 in a truck. On my ride, I feel alive, that's what's up. Look to my right and it's a ride rolling up. It's Lucci telling me tonight we in the club. He got the 24 road Escalade. He got the Lamborghini doors like they blades. His hammers ring cause that's how he was raised. His palace mob and tonight we get
I'm from the ghetto, the slums, the rats, the roaches, the bums, the metal that stuns, the addicts, the cracks, the crumbs. The level where funds gets tragic and lavish is none. With rebels, they runs and rabbits like savages' sons. With did him and bigger and swiftly he shined the mud. That city a pity when 50 took 9 of them subs. This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua.
If anybody got anything, I'm going to push anybody if you put anything in my car. Before they get in the car, I'll make sure we don't got guns. So now, unfortunately, because of what happened, we're leaving there with product and with money. Double whammy. So I'm like, you ready? He's like, yeah, Ra, I'm ready. I'm like, all right, Z, it's on, nigga. We go on, Z. It's on. I'm hyping myself up. It's on. I'm ready to die. But welcome to 25 to Life with Uncle Yashua. Well, this is a great story for you guys. I'm about to tell a very important story, facts. I know y'all like this. It's one of the street stories, not the jail stories. All right, this is a story, crazy story. This is a story about, it's kind of when I got, so what y'all gonna learn later in my channel, like I was orphaned. So the streets is my mother and father and my team. Brothers in my hood, it became like my brothers. So this is one of the dudes who became my brother. Later on, he ended up like not in my life no more. He ended up hurting me. Wasn't my brother no more. That's a whole. When I tell that story, y'all gonna be shocked. That story involves jail. So this is how he became. We call him Czar, right? And I'm a bleep his name out, reverse it. So this is how Czar became my partner to later become, I ain't telling how he became my partner. That's a whole nother story. But now he's my partner. And this story is how he passed the test. There you go. How he passed the test. Now, the test is that even nowadays, everybody wants to be gangster, right? Everybody gang, right? Everybody gang to the feds come. They gang to those things go clink on their wrists, right? Then all of a sudden they snitching on their mama, the whole gang, they snitching on everybody, right? That's what these rappers do. That's what everybody, they tell on everybody. But before that, you gang, pants hanging out of your butt, act like you popping everything, right? But get that 25 to life, get that 33 to life, and you singing like a little bird, right? So I'm an OG. I'm from the old school. We don't play that. We didn't play all that crap, right? So our thing is, it got to be proven. So this was his test, and this was the test that Czar became. Now he's my brother. So Czar, later, as y'all know from the other story, I ain't get there yet. As y'all know, Czar, me and him came together because a lot of the people who sold weight, right, kilos, right, this is cocaine. They, a lot of them didn't want to mess with me. They don't want to sell to me because I used to be a stick-up kid. So my reputation was like a bad mark. So people who had the weight, they were like, I ain't messing with her. Like, even though I wasn't gonna rob nobody, I wasn't the baddest dude in the hood. I'm not the baddest stick-up kid, nothing, but certain times I was just going through phases, right? So I went through my stick-up phase and all that. But so a lot of the dudes who were selling the weight, they wouldn't sell to me. I couldn't get them to sell that to me because they was, they thinking, and it was sucked. But Czar was the type of dude in the hood who everybody liked, and he got along with everybody. So everybody would sell to him because they just, like, everybody loved him. They loved me too. They would say respect, but they wouldn't. I only found that out when I tried to pick up. I didn't know that until I tried to get weight. And every time I would try to, like, somebody would be selling, I ain't gonna say their names, But somebody, this one in the hood is selling weight. He's selling bricks, right? So at this point, I only might need a quarter a key or half a key or something, or whatever. And I'll try to get my man to hook me up. And he'd be like, all right, I got you. So he gonna hook it up. They be wanting to do favors for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm like that, that OG respect, right? So they, and I'm a good dude. So they love me. So I got you. Next thing you know, he would come back. Yo, Rob, man, they don't want to mess with you. I'm like, what you? He said, I told him. They was like, nah, man, I'll mess with you, but I ain't messing with Rob. He's like, what you do? Like, I have like, yo, what you do? I'm like, I ain't do nothing. Like, I ain't do nothing. I'm like, I guess it's just my reputation from the past. So Zar is his reputation is he got connects with everybody. So when we would talk, I met him in the gym. I ain't gonna tell his story, but I just want to give y'all some context. So he was like, yo, I can get whatever you want. Like, and I told him, I said, okay, so this is what we'll do. I'm gonna give the money to you. You do it. Don't tell them nothing about me. Don't say nothing, just act like it's for you. You just go get it. Do not say me because they're not going to give it to you. He didn't listen the first time. He said me, and they deaded him. So then after that, he was like, he came back too. What did you do? And I'm like, I ain't do nothing, right? So, and I know a lot of the OGs from St. Last channel and all the other channels, the other street story, jail story channels, the G's know what I'm talking about. Your reputation precedes you. You can't get no connects. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. So he ended up he ended up going and getting it himself. And we just, I would just get it and I was growing and then I would help him and he was growing too. You know what I mean? Because he was doing small time stuff, little 8 balls and stuff, you know what I mean? Like regular people, you know what I mean? I don't even think he ever got up to a quarter key, right? So that's 125 grams for those who don't know. Eighth, a quarter is 250. So I don't even think he got to a quarter. I only know if he got to an eighth. That's what I meant to say the first time, eighth key. So anyway, so now, once we connect and I'm growing, I'm teaching him, he's growing too. So now I can bring you up to date. So at this state where we are right now, this stage, we've been rocking out for about 7-8 months, right? You know what I mean? That's my boy, you know what I mean? But the test still never happened. All the OGs, y'all know what the G's, y'all know what I'm talking about. The ultimate test, the one where, okay, let me give you for the young G's, the youngsters out there. And for the civilians. I'm a civilian now, by the way. I did my time, okay? I'm done with. I'm a man of the Most High Yah. I'm actually a minister. I have a whole ministry. I'm Uncle Yahshua. Look it up. Uncle Yahshua Truth TV. You heard, you see. Waking up Yah's children. All right, just so y'all know. So we don't get that out of context. All right, so this is my past life. All right, so for the youngsters out there, a test, what I mean by it would be something like, you, let's say you're a little blood or something, right? Because I'm not affiliated with no gangs because I'm an OG before the gangs. I was God body. I was the God back. And shout out to the guys and nurse that saved my life, by the way. Praise y'all. So let's say nowadays, 2022, you with your little gang or whatever, right? You ain't got tested yet. Let the police come and lock y'all up. That's when you're going to know who passed or not. When they snitch on your butt and go home, just like what's their name? What's the little Rowdy and what's the dude with the song? I can't think of his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Rowdy and the other dude, GS9 crew. I forgot his name. Bobby Shmurda. There you go. Just like Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda did his. Rowdy, they did. GS9 did theirs. They did their whole bit. Bobby even took the weight for Rowdy and them and took extra time. Now, of course, I'm not promoting Shmurda and all that, but you got to give respect where respect is due. You heard? He stood on his. I don't care what he's doing now. He's on some crazy mess now, all that. I don't know, all that extra stuff. But one thing I do know, he stood on his. That's the test I'm talking about. All right, now, so at this point, Zar, we ain't never had the test. Zar don't know nothing about the test. See, I know different level stuff, right? Because I've been doing this way before all of them. I've been to a level that most haven't been to, right? From when I was young. So now we at this stage, we got this hookup now. We've been having hookups all. Zar is so likable that he got hookups he can get weight everywhere. Brooklyn, all parts of Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, East New York. He got connects everywhere. Bronx, Harlem dudes, Long Island dudes, Queens dudes. He got connects everywhere. So now we got disconnect. So what we would do is we would use which connect we're going to use by who got the lowest prices at the time. Because y'all know when they do raids and stuff, prices fluctuate, right? So at this time, our lowest prices was in the Bronx. It was dudes in the North Bronx, Gun Hill Road by Edenwald projects, right? So that's where we was going, up there. So Edenwald and Castle Hill, right? So we the connect is out there, and that's his people. So at this point where we going on this story I'm about to tell you right now, we were going there already for about we done been there about 7 to 8 times. Because now another thing, we only go pick up every 5-6 months because we pick up bricks, right? But we break it down. I'll do that on a whole other thing. Because for y'all, like, why does it take you 6 months to sell a brick? Because I was smart enough to break that thing down. I'll break a whole kilo down to nickels and sell it, because I wasn't selling weight. Because if you sell weight, then those fools who you're selling the weight to, they get caught and get knocked off by some police. Next thing you know, they snitching on you. Oh, I was really smart. So I wouldn't have nobody in my business. I'll take that whole brick and I'll break that thing down and sell it myself. Nicks like I don't got none neither. So the way that I'm bringing out nicks, so everybody else that's on the street really thinking I'm just really like them. Even though my reputation used to be, they like, okay, he just chilling. He ain't not knowing. I'm bricking, but I ain't let y'all know. You heard? So so that's why it would take like 6 months. So we would go every 6 months, right? So now, or so now we ready. Okay, I got these earphones in earphones. Hold on, look at that. That hurt. I'm like, there's earphones in my ear when I got earphones over my ear. Whew, that was hurting my ear. All right. Because I was on a ministry call. I told you I'm a minister. I'm a whole minister, just so y'all know. So before this, I was on a ministry call, pouring into one of y'all's children, trying to help them with these demons that are in their life. You heard Uncle Yashua Truth TV at yahoo.com to wake up, come up out of her, come up out of all these demons over you. All right. So we done been there a bunch of times, right? So now we're going up again. We're going to get, what are we going to get? No, we're going to get a brick and a half. Sorry, I'll edit so it don't be too long. We're going to get a brick and a half. And so I'm getting a brick and Czar's getting half because he's working his way up, right? And I'm just getting a brick because I would only try to get a brick at a time because I don't want to get too much because you're riding with much more. I try to limit it to a brick. A brick, it take me about 6 months to break it down and to rock it off. I could get more, but I'm not about to be buying 3 and 4 bricks. And I've done it. That's only another story. But this story, at this point, this is the stage I'm at. I'm not trying to get more than one because of all the mess that comes with it. First of all, the level of the amount of money that you're going to spend. All right. First of all, we're going to get a brick and a half. A brick at that point was like, a brick was 30 because prices was really high. It was up. It was during a drought. So bricks were going for 30, which is high, right? They're normally at that point around 24, 25 when we got the connect. So they're at 30 now. And then the half is 15. So we got $45,000. So the point I'm trying to make is if you're going up there with 45,000, if I'm going to get 2 bricks, you're talking about 60, you know what I mean? You're talking about 75,000, not 100,000. Your danger level is going up way more. How much money? So I was wise enough to try to limit it as much as I only need a brick so they can think it's not, 25,000, 30,000. That's bad enough. They key it for 1,000. So, you know what I mean? So anyway, that was the mindset. So we're going to get a brick and a half. And the reason why we're going right now, because a lot of times the connect will call and be like that connect in the Bronx, it will call, it was they were Jamaicans. And Czar knew them from before. And they would call and they would be like, yeah, Cloud, we got some, you got to come get it. Like, we got it good right now. You got to come get it before we sell, because they got people coming to them from the Bronx and Brooklyn and all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, they would hit Czar and like, yo, we got certain amount. Let's say they got 20 bricks. They're like, you better come get some, come snatch some for, we don't know when we're going to have the next, the next shipment coming in. So they heads are up, and I'm like, all right. So I'm like, what you got? I said, I got enough. I'm gonna get a half. I said, I'm gonna get a whole one. So we get in the car, we go, bang. We get uptown, we get to the North Bronx, we get there. So now we got $45,000. Okay. I got 30,000 on me. He got 15,000 on me. Now, the way you do the money is this: how you know when people never been here before, don't know about real money. Those who do know, those G's who've been there before, you know what I'm talking about. When you get $20,000, $30,000, it ain't folded in your pocket in a big knot with rubber. It's too big, and money is really heavy for those who haven't really had money. So when you got the money like that, when you're gonna have $30,000 cash, you're going to have to make it this way into a brick, the long way. You're gonna have to stack the money out, right? It can't be, it has to be laid flat, right? This way. Now you lay it flat. Pass me that money up there. Thank you. This ain't no money, these are dollars. This is bill money. These are all dollar bills. This is bill money for when my landscaper come to cut my grass. But I can use it because it looks like it got some little weight to it. It's only probably $70. So, okay, so you see this? This is how you have the money, the long way. So if you got $30,000, you're gonna stack, it'll be this high of 20s, and because you just drug money, so it ain't hundreds, you ain't going to the bank, right? So you got mostly 20s, because that's what it is, mostly 20s, you have some 50s, you might have some hundreds too, but you have mostly 20s. You really don't have too many 5s and 10s, but you do have some. So what I would do, I would keep the 5s, singles, no singles at all. I would keep the 5s and most of the 10s for myself for savings. I would really only spend the 20s and the 50s and 100s, right? So it's usually about 20s and 50s and a couple of hundreds. So it'll be stacked like this big. So what you do is you take rubber bands, and you see this? So you put a rubber band here, right? But it'll be so big that the rubber band will be tight. And you put a rubber band across the middle here, and then a rubber band on this end. So it'll make it tight. It's like a brick, like a big stack, and it's tight from the rubber bands. And if you have to tighten the rubber bands, that's your brick of money. So for those who know, they probably like, yeah, he had paper, he know. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. Right, so 30,000 like this. I got 30,000 stacked like this, and I done taught Zar how to do what I'm telling y'all. So he got his 15,000 stacked like this too, right? So you got bricks on him. Okay, so now, so what I would do is I would stick it in your pants. And if it's New York, it's cold, you're cold. But if it's winter, you make sure you wear a big enough shirt. So you stick it in your pants so nobody will see the budge, because it's big. Where you gonna stick 30,000, you know? So you stick it in your pants, or you know what I mean? Or if you got a big enough coat in the winter, you can stick it in the inside pocket. Nobody will see nothing bulging, right? So, and I always had a gun. I was gun toter. At this point, I only had one. I used to always carry 2 guns. I was 2-gun toter. Y'all know from my other stories and from the book, Lucky to Be Alive, true story of my life, from the project to the pulpit, purchased the audio book, purchased the first volume, The Colombians. Dope. You know the commercials on the channel. All right, you're gonna love it. All the series coming, right? All the stories. Okay, so that's so y'all know about the 2-gun tote. But this time I got 1 gun, right? And Zar only got a gun. I don't go nowhere without the ratchet. I ain't playing that. Man, you ain't getting me to go buy no key. You ain't getting me to walk around $20,000 and $30,000. I ain't got no ratchet. I don't care if I do. You know, I've been dealing with you for weeks. Okay, so we in the car, we driving up, right? We got the brick of cash, right? So we get to the Bronx. We get out the car, we go in. We go in the building. It's not a brownstone, but it's like a connected houses like that, kind of like townhouses connected. So we go in, and where the spot is where they going is down in the basement. So we go down in the basement. There's 2 of them that we always see. They cool as all outdoors. 2 Jamaicans. They dope. They were cool as crap. I like them. I like them a lot. We go down. I'm gonna make up a name, Joe. I'm just making up a name. So we get out, be like, Joe, you're like, Ross, God, how you doing, blood clot? Right? You know, they talk all that Jamaican, right? So whatever. So we go down. So we're like, yeah, what you got, man? Like, yeah, man, we got to do that. So they pull stuff out, right? So you go back, they pull it out. So when they pull out the stuff, I see like a brick, but it's kind of broken up. And then I see a bunch of shaky stuff. Shake is when you got like a bag of sugar, you know, so the Coke is already broken up. A brick is when it's in a kilo form, it's hard like a brick. And a brick means you're supposed to take off a chunk of it. That's a brick. You only want to buy a brick. I don't play that shaky stuff. Y'all learn from the Colombian story. All right. Well, I don't play shake. That was a whole issue with the Colombian story. Purchase the book. You're going to love it. Audio book or one of them, however you want it. So you're going to love the story. So we get there. I immediately see the shake when they come out because I don't play shake. See, when you don't know what you're doing, you play shake. Shake, they could get you because they put cut in the shake. The powdery stuff, they could put an isotal, lecithin. These are things that they cut the Coke with to make fake stuff. So it's not, you ain't buying a whole Coke, you buying a bunch of cut, right? So it's not pure, it's not good, right? So I don't play the shake thing. So my eyes immediately go to the shake on the table. And I'm like, yeah, we got a problem already. So I'm looking at the little bit of brick and it's broken up, but I can see the breakup. You can see the little shape, but it's broken up. I'm like, okay, I'm getting that, but I don't know what that is. I'm not getting that, right? So he comes, so he like, yeah. So I say, yo, Ross. I'm like, what's up with this shape, man? Oh, no, Ross, no, man, just broken up. We don't do all that just broken up stuff, Ross. I don't do that. Nah, man, you know what, man? I'm like, Ross, I don't do shape at all. And he can see me serious because I get serious and my tone gets serious in my face. I'm like, I don't do shake at all, Ross. You're like, respect, man. You're like, he said, yeah, man, I don't know. If you want to check it out, you know, he's like, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to, I know how to cook. And then Czar's like, that's Chef Boyardee right there. He's like, you know how to cook, man? Of course, King, I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'm a master at this, unfortunately. You see, this ain't nothing I'm promoting. This is what Babylon did. This is what the destruction, what the beast did to the children of God, okay? Which I call God. I call him the Most High, all right? This is what the beast did to the children of the Most High. Have us in the doggone captivity where we're like slaves in this system where I'm raised in killing and murdering and drugs. That's all I know. I ain't have no good parents to raise me. So it's a byproduct, right? So I've been doing this my whole life. So I know how to cook when most people don't know how to cook. You know what I mean? People used to go to feeds for them to cook. I can cook. I cook a whole doggone brick and I can make it come back double. I'm Chef Boyardee, you heard? Whip that pot. You know how to rap? Whipping that pot? Oh yeah, I'm a whipper. I'm an OG. Facts, you know, back then. So, you know, but I mean OG, I mean old time, old school. I'm not no gangster, so don't be, I'm not in no gang. I'm not gang affiliated. I did my time. I served my time and I redeemed my life and I served back my time to society. And I'm a whole minister teaching the word of God, the Most High, to all his children. I don't give a crap if you're black, white, green, purple, or blue. If you're a child of the Most High, I can help you to clean up your life and get right, all right? And respect the laws of the land that you live in too. Yes, I teach that too. Respect the laws of the land that you live in. Okay. All right, let's get it correct. All right. So I'm like, so Czar like, yo, he can chef. So I'm like, you like, Ross, you can chef? Man, I could have used you. I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna be trying to chef your stuff. He's like, yo, I'll pay you. I don't need your money, King. I got it. But man, come on, man, I be needing. I'm like, I'm not coming all the way to we out in Long Island. I am not coming to the Bronx. The Bronx is the farthest away from Long Island. Long Island, where I live in Long Island, Queens is right there, borderline, right there. It takes 5 minutes to get to Queens, 5 minutes, literally. I'm in Queens. 10 minutes, I'm in Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, Queens, it's really on Long Island. They ain't gonna like that, but it's one island. An island is a piece of land separated by water, right? You don't cross no water to leave Long Island to go to Queens or Brooklyn. It's one island. Okay, this is the map of Long Island. See, Brooklyn and Queens is connected and Manhattan is separated. See Manhattan Island? Separated. It's a separate island. But you see Brooklyn and Queens, because it's one island. Long Island's huge. Look how big that thing is. Look how small Brooklyn and Queens is. Okay. But Manhattan is a separate island. Manhattan Island. And the Bronx is separate too, which is not shown on here. And Staten Island is separate. Those are separate islands. But Queens and Brooklyn is connected to Long Island. It's just one long island. And that's what it was called. If you read the book, Malcolm X autobiography, he said he lived in Queens, Long Island. Everyone called it was Queens, Long Island. It was Kew Gardens, Long Island. Now it's called Kew Gardens, Queens. Out there is Suffolk County. Right here at the beginning by Queens is Nassau County. Queens is Queens County. And Brooklyn is Kings County. Go back to the Malcolm X book, and what do they tell you? They say Brooklyn, Long Island, Queens, Long Island, Nassau County, Queens County, Kings County. Okay? Suffolk County, Nassau County, Queens County, Kings County. It's one island. We ain't gonna, all right, just stop being foolish. All right, this OG stuff here. I'm gonna stop saying OG because they be talking about that gangster stuff. This old school stuff here. All right, original school stuff here. There you go. That's a better way. Original school stuff here. Okay. So anyway, I'm not going to Bronx is a separate island. You have to go over the Throgs Neck Bridge. You got to go over a bridge. Manhattan is a separate island. You got to go either over the Queensboro Bridge or you go over one of the doggone bridge. You're going over some type of bridge to get to Manhattan because you got to cross water. You're leaving an island. Or you got to go over a bridge to get to the Bronx because you're crossing water. You're leaving an island. Just like if you're going to Jersey, you're leaving an island. To get to Queens or Brooklyn, you're not leaving the island. It's on the island. Okay. Facts. Whole natural action facts. All right, let's continue. So I'm like, dude, I'm not coming to the Bronx. It's too far. Now, if you live in Queens or Brooklyn, cool. I can just jump on the Southern State and be on the Belt Parkway, or if I gotta take the other way to LIE, whatever it is, I can. But I ain't coming to the Bronx. So anyway, he's like, all right, guys. So I'm like, yo, give me that. So I take the shake, right? I get the water. I'm like, yeah, baby, so you got everything, bang. I go in the kitchen, take it in the pot, I throw it in there, I whip it up, bang, 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 bang. I'm like, this gluey, milky, can't come back, get it hard, gluey, drippy, syrupy. I'm like, yo, Ross, this is crap, dude. He's like, Bomber Claw. He's like, Bomber Claw, no, stop. He going crazy. He like, I'm like, Ross is tripping because they got him. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, Ross, this is no good, King. This is all crap. Like, this ain't even the level where I can bring it back and we just lose a lot. All right. So let's say if he had 1,000 grams and I cook it up and I might be able to bring back 700, you lost 300 grams. You feel me? This ain't even that. This is nothing coming back. It's coming back, but it won't even get hard. It's gluey. You gotta mix stuff. You gotta play with it. You gotta do all that. And then it won't even, when the fiends smoke it, they don't even like the taste. You're gonna have a hard time with that. You got crack. And I'm like, yo, Ross, this is bad, King. This is all gluey. He tripping, boom, 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 right? Bang. So I'm like, yeah, that's a wrap. So I'm like, let me see that. So now I want to test that because this is crap. So I break a piece off the brick and I throw it in, bang, 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 that thing rock up, bang, bang, fast. I'm like, woo, shine. I'm like, woo, this is fire, King. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm snatching all that. But I can see it anyway because it's fish scale, so I can see the shine on it. I'm going to teach you all about that crap and other stories. I'm not teaching y'all what to do and how to do it. I'm just telling lifetime stories of what I experienced, what got me 25 to life in jail. I almost lost my life. And I was able to serve my sentence and give them the second chance. Okay. So this ain't nothing to glorify. These are just facts. These are stories of the life of the trauma that I went through, the trauma that could have killed me and took my life, all these doggone stories. That's why the book is called Lucky to Be Alive. You see, and that's a play on my name because I was Lucky Luciano. You want to know why they call me Lucky Lucha? Yeah, I heard from the intro. You want to know why they call me Lucky Lucha? Let's get it popping, keep it functional. Let's go. All right, that's another saying that I said first. You heard it here on 25 Life with Uncle Yashua. Keep it functional. That's me. So when that start to spread, you hear, Unc said that first. keep it functional. All right, let's go. So I'm like, yo, that thing came back, rah, bang, bang, bang. It was shining. I was like, wow, that's popping. I'm getting all that. What's that? So he scooped it up. It was just a brick. All right, it was a little short, but we took up a little bit of the money for it. A little short. It's probably like 970 grams or something, right? So I was like, all right, cool. Well, at least we got a brick. So I'm like, God, crap. So I got to split it with Czar. You feel me? Because he wanted a half, and I was getting a whole. So now we got to split it. We got to both get a half. You feel me? So because it's 30,000, so now that's going to leave me with 15,000 cash. Now this is the story. Now listen clearly. We're coming. We got 45,000. We're supposed to spend the 45,000, and we're supposed to leave there with the brick, right? We're supposed to leave. I mean, I'm supposed to have a brick. He's supposed to have a half. We're not supposed to be leaving there with no money. We're only supposed to be leaving there with the product, right? So now, unfortunately, because of what happened, we're leaving there with product and with money. Double whammy. Okay. So now, we try to figure out if he can get something else. Like you're probably your Ross, because that's not a Poppy. Poppy is when I'm messing with Colombians and all of them. So it's the Ross when I'm messing with Jamaicans and stuff. Hey, Ross, could you see if you make a call, right? So he's trying to make calls, but he can't get none. So I'm like, all right, whatever. We're just gonna snatch this half. At least we got a half. I got a half. At least we got a brick. So bang, we snatch the brick. He's saying he's sorry, all that. He's like, yo, as soon as I get the thing, I got you. I'm gonna hit y'all up. I'll make sure it's he's like, I'll pay for someone to cook. I'm gonna give me a cooker, because what I did impressed the mess out of him. So he's like, I'm about to find me a cooker so that, because he lost money. He's like, so now I see I need a cooker to come with me when I go to re-up so they can do what you just did. He was impressed by what I did, because I did it like this. He's like, dude, I'll pay you. I'm like, I don't need nobody, King. I don't need nobody. Like, I'm good. So anyway, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give me a cooker so this will never happen to me again. So I was like, all right, cool. He's like, so the next time I come, it's gonna be straight fire. And he's like, thanking me and everything, right? So we bounce. So now we walk out. We go back to the car. We in Czar's car. Czar at this point, he has a red, what is it? A red, what do they call it? It's not a Jetta. It has a stick shift. It's a little, what do they call that thing? It's a Volkswagen though. It's not a Jetta. What is it? I can't think of it. If I think of it, I'll tell y'all later in another story or something. I'll update. I can't think. Not a Rabbit. No, not a Volkswagen Rabbit. It's a little four-door little thing, right? No, but that's what he had at that time, because now he's just growing, right? So later on, he's gonna have an Audi A8. He's gonna have the trucks. He's gonna because I help him grow. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's before that. I think it wasn't even a Sirocco. It's something a little red. It was a four-door, a little red thing with stick shift. So we go out, we get in. I get in the passenger side. He driving. So we take off. Now it's daytime. Now listen clearly. We always go. When we go to them in the Bronx, they do it early in the morning. I'm a late night dude, so I ain't been asleep. I got to stay up because you're like, yo, Zah be up early in the morning. They be up early in the morning. I ain't an early in the morning dude. I'm asleep all day. I'm up at night because I hustle at night. So I had to stay up all night. So we come out, it's daytime. It's literally like 12 in the afternoon, all right? So it's sunny, bright, okay? So now the dangerous part of that is, the dangerous part of driving around in the city, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, all that, in the daytime, is that a lot of the streets are empty because a lot of the people are at work. So if the D's and stuff riding around, D's are detectives, that's what the old schoolers, we call them D's back in the days, detectives. If they're riding around, it ain't too many cars. So when we get back in the car to pull off, it's like 11 in the afternoon type of thing. So we're driving, and I'm like, so now we got to leave back from, I think we're going over the Throsneck, if I remember correctly. One of y'all in the comments, the bridge that connects you to go into the North Bronx, coming from Long Island and Queens. And I think it was the Throsneck we went over, if I remember correctly. It definitely wasn't like GW, that's not. the Tri-Boroughs Manhattan. It's the Throsnet. It got to be the Throsnet. So anyway, we headed from. It's right by, because we're going right past Edenwald, right? So we're in the Castle Hill, Edenwald area. We're in the North Bronx, Gun Hill. So we drive past Edenwald, and we're heading to go over the Throsnet. So I don't know if we're going down Castle Road or Gun Hill Road, one of those streets. Those from the Bronx, y'all can come and comment, whatever streets these are. So we driving, and all of a sudden, I see an unmarked Crown Victoria, all black, tinted out black windows. Tinted out so dark, the front window was tinted black. You can't see nothing in that thing. And I was like, I seen it. We're driving. Now, Zar ain't got no tints on his window. He got nothing. He just had a red little Volkswagen, whatever, no tints. So you can see us sitting in the seat. I call it riding in a fishbowl. That's what I call it. When you sit and ride with no tent, you're in a fishbowl riding around, right? So we ride in a fishbowl, right? We're sitting in this fishbowl, we're driving, and we drive, and they're like this at a light, and we going past the light turn green, we going like this. And as we go like this, I can see the car from the side, my peripheral. And I'm like, oh, crap, that's the D's. So I'm just like, we're driving. I look, I'm like, I got $15,000 and we got a half a brick. I got the half a brick on my side because he's driving. And I got the 15,000 sitting here on my lap. Okay? No, it was in my pocket. It was in my pocket, all right? Because I stuck it in my pants, but when we got in the car, I just put it in my pocket, right? So, and he got his on him somewhere. So we drive past him. I look over at him. He ain't see him. So I was like, yo, Z. He's like, huh? I said, yo, we're just passing D's. They're where? I said, no. Don't look around. Don't look around. Because he ain't got no tent. I said, just keep driving. I said, they had a light. They was to the side. He said, all right. I said, just keep driving. I just want you to know, because I don't want you to speed or go fast, nothing. So we're driving, right? So I'm looking out my rear view, right? I keep looking. I'm inching up the look. So I'm waiting to see when they light turn. All of a sudden, they just pull off. The light didn't even turn because the other cars are still stopped. I'm like, oh, shit, pardon my language. I don't curse either. I told you I'm a minister. I'm a man of the Most High. So I'm like, oh, ish, right? So I'm like, I knew it. And instincts say you every time. I'm like, oh, this ain't good. This is so bad beyond all. It's daylight, 11 a.m. I got 15,000 on me. Yes, 15,000. I got a half a brick. He got a half a brick. We had a whole brick in a car and 15,000 cash. This is not okay. This is life game over material. And I got a gun. And I got a 9. Game over, dude. Life dead. 30 years, 50 years, whatever. This is what you don't want to live, youngsters. You want to be a productive citizen in society. You wanted to follow the laws of Caesar in the land that you're in. Give Caesar what's Caesar's. That's what the scriptures say. All right. I mean, follow the laws that you're in. You do not want to be in this in your life. You'd rather have a regular job, going to school and work, than to be in this predicament right here, where you can see your life is over. Over, kid. This is what I was telling y'all when I was starting the story. I said the test. This is the test. Now y'all see what I'm talking about, right? This is the test. Now I'm going to find out what he's made of. You heard? I know what I'm made of. You heard? I already know. I know what I'm made of. Now I'm about to find out what Big Z made of. And Z big. And Z could fight. Z will knock out anything. Give mad respect. He'll knock you out too. No joke. Fighter, right? But this ain't got nothing to do with fighting. This is what y'all don't understand. It ain't got nothing to do with what's the old gun and all that. What's going to happen when you facing life, when you facing that big call? What are you going to do now? This is the ultimate test. All right. So I know. So I'm like, so they jet out and go. And I'm like, oh, my heart like that. Poof. You heard? I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, it's going down. I look at him. I'm like, so he don't know. Because I'm watching through the thing. Because I told him, don't never look back. Just look forward, straight ahead. Because you got no tents from the back. So if they see you do any type of movement, looking around, it's done. Right? So I'm like, do not look nowhere. Look straight ahead. I'm looking. So I was like, he don't know. So I'm like, right? So I'm like, so I know what to do. I'm going to curse and just reverse it because I need to tell the story in the flow. Pardon me, Father, for speaking these cuss words, but I got to flow and then I'll take the cuss words out because I don't speak profanity, guys. So, but I need to let the story flow in its natural state. And forgive me, y'all, for my speech. So I'm like, oh shit, right? So he driving. So now I'm like, I'm watching. All of a sudden they speed to catch up to us. This is getting worse and worse because I'm like hoping that they're just doing something else. All of a sudden, I'm just watching. They come. And they get right behind us and slow up. And they just start driving behind. So I'm like, so I'm looking and I'm like, these niggas is, and I can't even, it's so black, I can't even see through the front windshield. They had the front windshield tinted. I can't even see them. I'm like, shit. So I said, yo, it's on. I said, it's on, Pop. He's like, what you doing? I said, they behind us. Those these you're talking about? And don't turn your head, King. He's like, yo, Zah, you're up. I'm like, don't get scared. Just drive, Zah. Do not be very, very focused and careful. Keep your same speed. Just drive. Do not turn. Don't look in the rear view, Zah. They can see you through the rear view. All right? Do not look in the rear view. Just keep driving like you don't know they're there. Just listen to me as I talk to you. As I talk to you, do not show no reaction. Don't react in any way at all. Just continue to drive and look forward. So he's like, oh man, what are we gonna do? I said, I don't know. Give me a second. I'm gonna think of something. So you're like, all right. So I'm like, oh man, this is bad, King. I said, all right, now. I said, give me a minute now. I said, I hope you're ready for this, King. I said, this is life or death right here. This is the big one, my dude. It's the big one. You know, you tough, but this is what it is, man. We risk our life for this. Now it's on, right? So he like, so I said, so what they doing? I'm like, they're just driving behind. They trying to see if we're going to panic. I said, they're driving behind us because they want to see if we're going to look in the rear view. They want to see you jerk. They want to see me look around. They want us to give any sign so they can go whoop, 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 and turn those lights on, right? So I said, so just drive, do not look. So now we're driving. We're driving up either Gun Hill or Castle Hill. I wish I knew, I think it's Castle Hill. So one of them two big streets, because we heading to the Thrives Neck. Those from the Bronx, write it in the comments what street we're going down now to get right to it, because it takes you right into the Thrives Neck. So y'all know what I'm talking, right into the thing. So we're driving, right? So we driving, and it's literally life is passing through my eyes. So it's funny, when you're in these situations, you see things differently in life. You see little kids walking, you see people riding a skateboard, you see life like, I wish I could, literally your life is over. You start enjoying the flowers and the plants. You start seeing the birds fly. You're like, I like birds. You're like, oh, look at the birdie. I like birds. I like you're like, I just want to take a walk through the park. You literally start enjoying life like you've never seen it before. Those who's ever been on the bus, going to prison, going to Rikers Island, going to Nassau County, anywhere you go, you know what I'm talking about. You look at that window, you see people walking around, you look at you wish you could just go get you a soda out the store. You just want freedom. Just freedom takes on a whole different, y'all know what I'm talking about, those who did our bids. It's not a game, okay? Your life. So I'm literally riding. Now I'm seeing the kids because it's kind of lunchtime. They coming out with backpacks on. I'm like, oh, what I wouldn't do to just be free now. Because it's over, guys. This is a wrap. It's like over no matter how you deal with it, it's a wrap. all right? Because we can't do nothing with this stuff. All right, now, so we're driving, right? So I'm like, okay, I gotta think what to do. I'm like, first of all, no disrespect to law enforcement, but I am not going out like that. And that's the old me. I gave my life over to the Most High. I don't do no crime at all. I won't even run a traffic light. I do no crime. All right, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm just telling the story of my past life. So back then, my mind state was, I am not going out like that. Y'all gonna have to get me. I am not going out. Okay, I'm just gonna get 50 years and you just take me. Nah, that ain't happening. So I'm trying to think, what can I do? What options do I have? So we're driving. So now we get far enough where I could kind of see the bridge thing, right? Getting to the toll booth, because it's a driving, so I have a lane of tolls. So now I'm gonna give y'all from all over the world, because people watch from all over the world. Those in New York know what I'm talking about. God. So when you drive, so let's say this is the toll booth, it's tolls. When you drive through, you pay people the money to go through the toll, and they got the gate got to come up, right? This is before E-Pass and all that, right? Before Easy Pass and Sun Pass and all that. This is back in the days, all right? Because I'm a original school, all right? So nobody got E-Pass and none of that, right? So so you got to pick one of the lanes to go through, and then you got to pay the person the money, and then they got to raise the bar, and then you go through. Now, when you go through, once you drive your car to go through, you're going on a bridge, the whole bridge where it's water. You're going up in the air, a big bridge with water on both sides, right? So as you get to go up, you get to go up to to the toll lanes. You can see the water starts, like the grass, and then starts where it start the water. So once we go through the gate, it's going to be water, a bridge. You can jump over that thing and be in the water, jump over the bridge, right? Okay, I'm giving you context. So so now we're heading towards, we're starting to get towards the toll. I can see the toll thing up there, and you see it goes up like that. So we're driving, they riding our butt now. They like riding us to try to push us to do something. So they're like bumper to bumper, trying to get us to freak out, right? But I'm telling Zar, just chill out. Don't even, we just ignoring them like we don't even see them, right? So then we're driving, they're on us, right? So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, so Zar, I'm like, this is what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do. And I look up ahead and I see the toll lanes, and there's cars on each of the lanes. So it's like cars waiting to pay the tolls. So they're like 7 cars on this one, 10 cars on this one, 8 cars on this one. So you got to drive and stop at a car and wait for each to go through to pay the toll. And I'm like, once we get, because they're apparently following us, right? Now, I do know that they're in the Bronx. They're not going to allow us to go through, because once we do that, we'll leave the Bronx and they have jurisdiction. So I'm smart enough to know that they're going to pull us over before we get to that doggone toll, right? They're just trying to see if we're going to freak out. So now I can see it, and we're going down the street and I can see it. So now I start thinking, what am I going to do? So I'm like, okay, I look. I could see cars on each lane backed up. So I already know we can't stop at none of them cars, because I'm thinking what they're going to do is they're going to follow us. And once we go to stop at the lane to get to the toll, they're going to go whoop, 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 right there. So I could see from far back, each lane had cars backed out, right? But on the right, there was 2 lanes with no toll person was there. So it was just the gate was down, right? The arm. But there was no cars, because there's no toll person there. It's closed, because the other ones have green lights. This one had red. So I'm looking and I see the 2 over there. And I look in the rear view. I said, I got it. He's like, what? How are we going to do? I said, all right, King, it's on. I said, we're about to see what you made of right now. I said, all right, I want you to do something. You need to listen careful, Czar. You need to listen to me carefully. I need you to do exactly what I tell you. You can't have no fear. You can't have no hesitation. We about to lose our whole life, Czar. We're done. We about to get life, kid. We ain't gonna get no less than 25 to life for all this stuff, okay? So we're done, kid. So we got no choice. You with it? I'm with it. You sure, King? I'm with it. You cannot hesitate, Czar. Do not hesitate. You have to do everything I say. I'm with it. You sure? I'm sure. All right. I said, so this is what I need you to do. I said, where your brick at? Where your half at? He's like, it's right under my seat. I said, so take your arm. I said, reach down. Don't make it look like you're not even doing anything. Go slowly. You see how I'm doing it, guys? Go slowly. And now I'm reaching my arm all the way down. You see how I'm still look like I'm regular? And I said, you pull it up. Once you grab it, and see, you can't even see what I'm doing, and give it to me. I'm doing the whole motion right now. My arm is to the side. But if you're behind me driving, you can't see nothing I'm doing, because the rear, you can only see from my chest up. So I said, hand it to me. So he handed me, I grabbed his half a brick. So now I got a whole 2 half of bricks on me, right? And I take the $15,000, was 14 and some change, out of my pocket, which is a whole nother brick. Remember, I showed you how it's stacked, right? So it's a little less than the 30, so it's like this, but it's still a brick. The 30 was like high. So I got that brick and I had 3 bricks on my lap, right? A half a brick of coke, another half a brick of coke, and a brick of $15,000 cash. So I look at this stuff on my lap. I'm like, I'm so screwed. This is G mode. Listen carefully. All of us know what I'm talking about. What happens when you riding with your so-called thug, gang, right? These thugs, right? You riding in the car with them, and all of a sudden the police get behind you. What do they usually do? They'll take their gun and slide it under your damn seat. They'll take their work and put it under the seat where you don't even know, so that it goes charged to the driver. You know what I'm saying? That's why the driver, I used to be like, if anybody got anything, I'm going to kill anybody if you put anything in my car. Before they get in the car, I make sure niggas don't got guns. See, when you really living that life, you got to make sure that they get your car with guns, right? They all happy-go-lucky. They getting in with a gun. Next thing you know, this thing go whoop, whoop. Now they're like, you got a gun with it, but don't you drop it in my car. That's your gun. You better take it. You better get out and run. Something. I used to play that. Now I'm making that statement. Thank you, Father. My mic wasn't facing me. The Most High said your mic ain't facing me. It's all right. So I'll fix the audio. Next video, the audio won't be as bad. You're going to hear a little difference. It's going to be a little clearer now. So I'm making a statement because I'm telling you that this is G stuff, right? G move. So now you can see the difference in character and the heart, right? And I know all y'all who know the stories know what I'm talking about. I'm actually taking his work. I'm taking it. Give me all the work. I got the money, because I'm the one on the passenger side. And I got to figure out this move, all right? So I take the work. When I do that, he driving, he literally said, damn, Ra. I'm like, what? You a real one, kid. I kind of laugh. I'm like, yeah, Z, you finally being tested, King. This is the big league. This is where it really goes down. So I've been there before plenty of times. A lot of people never been there. So I'm like, this is where it really goes down. He's like, respect, King. You're a real one, Ra. I'm like, all right. I said, if you listen to me, you might be able to get out of this, King. I said, but you're probably going to get really hurt. We might get killed, but we got no choice. You're probably going to be really hurt. So, but you got to, if you do everything I say, we got a chance to make it out of this. It's the only chance we got. He's like, I'm going to do whatever you say, Ra. Just try to get us out of this. I said, I'm going to do the best I can, King. I said, all right, this is the plan. I said, look to the right. You see those 2 empty lanes over there? You're like, yeah. I said, all right, what we going to do When we cross over this street, because it went like this, and then once you go like this, you start to go into, you're entering into the toll thing, and it goes up a little bit. I said, once we go over that little thing, I said, they plan on pulling us over, stopping us. Once we get behind one of these cars, they're going to whoop, whoop the lights because they're waiting for us to get stopped where we can't go nowhere. See, I'm very wise. They know if they whoop, whoop us now, we can do a high-speed chase. We in the streets. We can hit it right, and they're chasing us through the Bronx type of thing. They're smart enough to know, no, we're going to wait. We know where they're going. They're going over, they're trying to go over the bridge, right? So we're going to wait till they get into the thing where they get behind the cars. Now they can't go nowhere. Once we come behind them, they're behind the car, they can't go nowhere. Smart. I know what they're trying to do. So that's the only reason why they ain't pull us over yet. So I say, I'm like, so once we go over this, I said, once we go over this hoop right here, I said, as soon as we go over, as soon as your car go over, because if we hit it now, when we hit the hoop, we can go boom, 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 like we can crash the car, like we can bottom out and mess around, stall the car out or something, right? So I'm like, I said, once you go over that hoop, I said, this is the deal. This is the plan. Once you go over that hoop, you hit it. You smack that doggone stick into third or fourth or fifth, wherever you needed to go so we can hit this power. You hit it, King. You hit it. Power stroke it. Bang. I said, hit it, is floor it, and go to the right. I said, hit one of those lanes. You got to be careful because it's cement on each side. And we're going to be going really fast. By the time we get to hit the lane, we're probably going to do 70 miles an hour, right? From that speed to catch up. So I said, hit it, and you're going to crash through the gate. I said, crash through the gate. I said, once you hit it, they going to hit it behind us. I said, crash through the gate. Do not stop, Z. Crash through the gate, and then go up the bridge, and then hit the brakes. I'm going to jump out. Once you hit it, I'm going to start cutting open the bricks. Okay? I'm going to cut open the bricks. I'm using my key, right? I'm going to cut open the bricks, cut open the plastic. Once you hit it, once you get past once you bang open the gate, you got to go up further enough because I need you to be deep enough. I need the water. I don't need the beginning where you dump it and then they can go in shallow water. I need you deep enough. I need you to hit it, go up the bridge. So because I'm going to throw these bricks over the side, I'm open so the water could go in and it's nothing. Okay? So I said, so hit it. I said, go up on the bridge and then hit the brakes. And I'm going to jump out while you're hitting the brakes and I'm going to throw the bricks over the side. And he's like, you sure? I'm like, just do what I say, King. I'm scared, bro. It's all right, G. And he no joke. You know, Zah ain't no punk. But I understand that. And that's what I'm talking about when the test really comes. Everybody talk that tough talk. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Last, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody talk that tough talk until it goes down, till it really goes down. And Z was like, I'm scared, bro. Like, I might not never see my sons again. I'm like, it's just part of what we took on, King. I'm like, I'm going to try to get us out of this. I'm going to do my part. I said, the only thing that could stop it is if they try to shoot out our tires, or when I open the door to jump out, they try to shoot me dead. I said, if they shoot me, jump out and grab the bricks and throw them over, King, because I might not be dead. I don't want to be in no hospital bed, still waiting to go through 30 to life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm like, the only thing that stops us if I jump out and they start shooting me. You know what I mean? To try to stop me because they're going to know what we're doing once we do that. I say, but other than that, if that happens, you jump out this car and you grab them bricks and get these bricks over the bridge. That's my thing. Get this stuff off of us. The gun, I'm gonna throw them both because I'm gonna throw the gun and the bricks, right? But I'm worried about the bricks because the gun is 5 years in New York. Those bricks is 30 years, you know, those halves. So I told him, this is what we're gonna do. I said, now listen clearly, guys. I said, you got it? He's like, yeah. I said, you got it, Z? He said, yeah. I said, Z. Come on, you gotta focus, Z. Come on, man. Come on. It's our life, Z. It's our life. You got it? He's like, yeah. You got it? Yeah. You got it? Yeah. You got it? Yeah. I'm like, let's go, Z. Let's go. You got it? Yeah, Rob. Let's go. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. It's on. I had to pump them up, King. You understand? This is when the rubber hits the road. This is real talk. This is your whole life. That's why you want to work and get a job and be a citizen. You do not want to be in this predicament, dude. You do not want to be in this predicament. So I'm like, you ready? He's like, yeah, Rob. I'm ready. I'm like, all right, Z, it's on, nigga. We go home, Z. It's on. I'm hyped. I'm hyping myself up. It's on. I'm ready to die. Facts. Whole natural facts. Natural actual facts. I'm ready to die. Let's go. We're driving. Let's go, Z. We're getting close. I'm like, soon as we hit that lump, hit it, Z. We go. We get to the lump. Soon as we get to the lump, he go up on the lump. I look, and they pull off to the right. Z, don't hit it. He said, what? Don't. They pulled off. They pull off, Z. Calm down. You sure, Rob? You sure? Yes, I'm sure. They pulled off. They literally pulled off and turned around and threw their lights on. They might have got a call. That's the only thing. They got a call. Now I'm thinking it's probably my father saving my life, the Most High. Later, I thought about that story. I said, that had to be the Most High, Yah, saving my life. They literally got a call. So they turned off, and when they turned off, they hit the lights, and took off. They must have got a call or something, probably a 187, a murder. You know, something that's bigger than them worrying about us. So I was freaking out. You sure? I said, we good, Zah. We good. You sure, Rob? You sure? We good, Zah. They gone. They go. You can look. You look. They gone. They gone, King. You did good, King. You did good. Oh, man, Rob. He was tripping. He's like, oh, my God, Rob. Like, you did good, King. You did good. So you passed the test, King. You my brother, man. So you my brother, Z. You're almost the only dude in my life that I've ever seen pass a test like this. So you did good. She's like, I'm tripping, bro. Like, I'm tripping. I said, it's all right. It's going to take you a while to come back down. Your whole life was over, King. It's going to take you a minute to come back down. So we pulled up and we pulled behind the car. The car said, go ahead, you can pull in any lane now. I'm like, we good. So we pulled behind the car and I'm looking in, I keep looking in the rear view, you know what I mean? I'm like, we good though. I'm keep looking. I'm like, yes. You know, and I don't believe in God. I'm atheist. So I'm the God body. So I ain't even like, thank you, God, and nothing like that. I'm just like, yes. Oh man. Inside, I'm probably like, thank God. But you know, I really don't believe because he hasn't proven himself to me at this point. You know what I mean? So I'm like, so Zah is over there and he's like, he's kind of shaking, you know what I mean? Sweating. Like, you don't know until you face life, death. When you look in death in his eyes, you don't know what you built up until you really face it. So everybody talk all that crap. You don't know until the ultimate test comes, life or death in your face. What are you going to do? Are you going to fold or are you going to hold? You know what I mean? So I'm like, calm down, Z, we good. So he's calming down. He's like, I love you, Rob. I love you, Rob. I'm like, I know how you feel, King. I know how you feel, man. Like, yo, you're a real one, Rob. You're a real one, man. I cannot believe, dude, you was going to take it from me. You was going to take it. I said, I took it. You see, I took it. Where's that? It's in my lap, right? I said, yeah. I said, all right now. So now we bonded, right? They're like, yeah. I said, so we're going to ride this out to the end, King. It's like, I got you. You know what I mean? And we rode it out for a while. He ended up hurting me at the end. I share that story. It really hurt me bad too. And it was over nothing. It was over some stupid jail stuff. And it was bad, guys. I'll share that story. Y'all need to stay tuned for that story. It's a very good one. But it hurt me really bad because I have abandonment issues from my whole family abandoned me. You know, I was orphaned in the hood, you know what I mean? My mother and my father left me, you know, and so it hurt me really bad. But we went through, got through, we paid our money, we drove through the toll. Now this is the funny part. As we drive in to go over the bridge, I'm looking at the water and I could see the whole scenario. I have a gift of visualization where I could see stuff happening. That's why I can see situations, scenarios like they're probably going to shoot me because they know he's probably trying to jump out to dump something. We're going to stop him. You know what I mean? I'm ready for it all. So I told him, if they shoot me, you jump out of the car and don't think they shoot you, get these bricks and stuff over the thing. All right. So as we driving to go over the bridge, I'm looking and I'm like, that was my savior right there, that water. You know what I mean? I'm like, so we drive over the bridge and I'm like, so now I'm trying to come down. So and I even do that in ministry now. I'm used to saving people, like helping people to adjust to their trauma, even to my own detriment. So I got him to calm. So he's still like breathing and just his life is flashing. He's never going to see his kids. He literally thinking, it'll have you thinking of stuff you ain't never, I'm about to go for a walk. I'm about to go roller skating for the first time. Like, I'm about to enjoy life. Like, you literally see life differently, kid. So he thinking like, okay, I'm about to take my sons on a vacation. We about to go like, I'm like, I get you, kid. I understand. So at that moment, I'm trying to, like, I got to come back down. You know what I mean? I'm in beast mode. So I'm like, you know, you got another chance. Like, you're still here. You know what I mean? And I hated re-up. That's why I try to do it. One time I got to only pick up once a year. I would pick up enough. I said, you know what? I'm switching this. I'm going to pick up where I pick up enough where it lasts me a whole year. Once a year. So I only got to take that chance. Because not only is it a chance with that, wait till the other stories when I'm going uptown to pick up. You got stick-up kids, you got TNT, you got to get from there out of the building. You got to be strapped down with, you going in with the Colombians. They can try to take you. It's so many ways you can lose your life. Just trying to get it home to feed my children, feed myself. This is what the beast done to us. This ain't something I chose to do. I would have rather have a mother and father to go get a job and get a career, go to school and have a nice wife and a life. That ain't the hand I was dealt. I was in the streets at 12 years old, seeing people get murdered before my eyes, killed, dead bodies, stories to come. Subscribe, like, subscribe to Uncle Yahshua, 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua. All right? Subscribe, buy the book, Lucky to Be Alive, The Story of My Life from the Project to the Pulpit. Volume 1, Volume 1 of Colombians, or Volume 1, Ray, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. I'm putting it out in volumes because it'll be a 2,000-page book. That's how much I lived, how long I lived, how much stories I got to tell. So I'm going to put them out in volumes. The first volume is the Colombians. Y'all going to love the story. I'll put a clip, a clip of the audiobook right here. Check it out. Love you all. Most High first. Love y'all. Love the Most High. Clean your life up. Give Caesar what Caesar's. You want to be ministered to? You want to hear the word of the Most High? Subscribe to Uncle Yahshua Truth TV and grow and come in oneness so you can protect yourself, take care of your family, your people. All right? Love everybody, God. The Most High's greatest commandment. Love the Most High with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. All right, we out. Keep it functional. This is 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua.
You wanna know why they call me Lucky Lucha?
This is a little story on 25 to Life with Uncle Yahshua. Like and subscribe for more incredible stories every week.
Police are on the scene of a triple homicide on Long Island. It happened overnight at a home in Hempstead.
I'm from Hempstead, Parkside, the ghetto, the dark side, strong, the wrong guy. They think I'm supposed to run. Am I bad, motherfucker?